pictures whether we can make this huge step, whether it is responsible at all, and whether Upa or Leon would have a chance to start, maybe, but obviously they weren't in the squad against Saarbrücken. Mr. Tuchel, there were a couple of problems in the build-up in the games. After Darmstadt, you said you want to lure the opponent. Is that a thought that you would like to change the build-up in order not to make those mistakes again? No. Obviously, there are mistakes, and we saw them, we analyzed them, and we use enough of that deep build-up in order to get into the games. If you want to analyze our games and look at the way we do it, it's one of our strengths to get into space, to use our speed on the pitch. So the mistakes that we make are unnecessary and they're against our principles. And it's a matter of timing and a matter of understanding between the players. And if you want to criticize us and if you want to be really diligent about it, there are different constellations with the number 6, with the number 4. So those things can happen, but I think it's one of our strengths, and we will keep it that way. We now got Manu in the team as well, and those things can happen. If they happen in those parts of the pitch, then obviously we can give away chances or we can concede a red card. But to me, this is one of our main strengths, and that is more important. Mr. Tuchel, yesterday you had a day off, but what was your impression after the game? Was it more anger, or was the spirit still high? And in the past, after losses like this, Bayern showed a reaction. And what do you think will happen tomorrow? Well, we're not feeling sad for ourselves, or we were just disappointed and very quiet. What I liked about it was nobody shouted, nobody was blaming somebody else, because there was just no need to do so. Everybody was disappointed. Our goal was we wanted to go to Berlin and win the cup. So this can no longer happen, and we have to swallow that. Obviously, we look at the game with the result. That's what happens in the cup. If we score a goal in the second half, then we score a third and a fourth, then we say, well, it was difficult. They were really diligent. They were playing deep. They played as long as they had the strength to do so. We won, not really a spectacle, but now we can travel home. But we haven't made that, and that is really a heavy load now. And now it takes a while, particularly after a cup loss. This hurt will come back with every draw that's happening in the cup, with every round that's being played. But there's no need to really feel bad about it for too long. We're playing a good round in the German league, and we trust our team, and we travel to Dortmund tomorrow to win the game against all difficulties. But a loss for Bayern, a loss in the cup, is completely against the law of Bayern Munich, and it really hurts, and it doesn't make it easier for us on a daily basis, but it's part of the sports. We wanted to avoid that loss on all costs, but it still happened, and now we have to show a reaction, and the reaction now is calm, focused. We meet this afternoon in the final practice, and then we'll go on to playing again. Hello, Mr. Tuchel. You were just saying against all difficulties, you'll travel to Dortmund to win. Sebastian Kehl said that Dortmund plays a more grown-up football in the last couple of days. What will be the key? Well, we have to reach our top level. We have to be alert. We have to play on the highest level from the first to the last minute. And I believe that we have the quality, that we have, that we are in good form, that we have the spirit to defeat Dortmund and to continue our run in the league. And I trust us to make that. It's absolutely clear that Sebastian sees it that way, but it doesn't really influence our way to go about things. Jerome Boateng was again an issue, or will he be an issue with Bayern Munich or maybe another defender? Well, not at this time. There are no thoughts in that direction to change anything. We try to heal Upa as quickly as possible and hope that he stays there. The loss of Matthijs is very tough, particularly because it was early in the game. It was in a situation that really was not too dangerous for our goal. It was far away on the corner flag at the byline, and it's really tough that after he came back from an injury, he got injured again on the same knee, and he will be out for a couple of weeks and will be missing a couple of games, but there are no thoughts about other players. You were talking about the law of Bayern Munich. One law is definitely that after a game like this, the coach will be criticized. Lothar Matthäus said there is no continuation. Well, I cannot see any development with them as well. So I leave Didi Hamann out of this. How critical are you towards yourself? Do you see yourself where you want to be, and what is the part that you play in the development now? Well, obviously that's very clear. When you sign a contract to Bayern Munich, you sign a contract to win every game and to win every title, and that's what you sign up for. It means to me that you're practicing, that you're not reading anything, not the good things, and obviously not the critique, because it really changes something inside of you, even though you don't want it to do something with you. We know what we are doing, how much we are doing, where we are at. We know that we can get better and want to get better. And it's all clear. We know. And I'm pretty much the first who's really eager and who's taken losses personal. And I'm asking questions about myself, and the staff is doing it with themselves. We are there to win games. We were there to go to Berlin, and we exited the cup very early. So it's difficult to argue with those negative voices, but we just have to stick to ourselves and continue. Mr. Tuchel, you were just saying that it's not sure whether Upamecano and Goretzka will be fit early enough. What are the alternatives in a back four? The problem is when Upa can't play, then Leon, and if Leon can't play, then Upa will play. So that's our plan. We have to wait. We've seen that Serge with his cast was back as well, but if you know Serge without the cast, and if you've seen him with the cast, and that is definitely not criticizing him, he's just not the same. His freedom to play, his willingness to fall, and everything, it's just not the same. Like he's without the cast. He's got it for 5 weeks now. Leon has the cast for 5 days now. And obviously we're looking at all the players. It's a game of high importance in Germany, and for us, particularly after the loss in the cup, it's a good chance to show a reaction, but we still have a responsibility for the players and their well-being and the whole season. Because we don't have a 4-week layoff after this, there's no no break after it, and this is not a Champions League semifinal where you might take more risks than that. We have 10 games after that, I think, till the winter break, so we have to be clever and make a decision accordingly. And my answer is not that long because I don't want to get to the point. We are gonna talk for a long time with the players, with the medical staff, and then make a decision and wait after the final practice whether there will be new situations with the players, and then we'll make the decision as late as possible. 3 more questions. Mr. Tuchel, from your axis, Joshua Kimmich will not be available as well. What does that change, and how can you change the game with other personnel? Well, obviously, he's a major point in our game. Joshua feels the best when he's in that central position, and that's where he plays the best, and he wants to have every ball. He's never hiding. He's never shying away from a responsibility. And that's what we're going to miss in our deep build-up to the game. And we are missing those dangerous chip balls and crosses and dead ball situations, and that's what we are missing. But we know that since he received that red card, and now he's out for 2 games, and we have to find solutions. And obviously, the obvious solution for that would be Leon Goretzka, but we were talking about that long enough now. We have got Conny, we got Alex Pavlovic, and maybe News will be fit to play in the game so that we don't need Conny as a right back. The defense is pretty much touch and go. You gave away Josip Stanisic. Is there a possibility to get him back in the winter transfer window? Well, now the situation and our thoughts are just about the next game, to find solutions for that. The winter is winter and we have enough time. But now it's only about finding solutions every 3 days in order to be competitive, and be competitive on a level that we want to, and that means to win and win and win, and to keep that hunger and to be greedy and just not shy away from that, even though we have the personal situation as it is. In the final hours, there was a report that was talking about problems with you and the players. The players were wondering about the distance that you keep from the players. How do you see that situation? Well, I've got difficulties talking about a report that came up 30 minutes ago. I need more information, and I still don't know whether I'd like to answer a question like that. I never read reports and articles about it because I know how the situation really is. I think a part of a big team, I am a part of the big team, and I'm a part if we lose, I'm a part if we win. And the knockout game against a third-tier team, we cannot expect too much praise coming from the press, obviously, but in our relationship within the club, everything is all right. So because we wouldn't be able to perform like we do, and one loss, even though it's a really tough loss, won't change anything about it. So we have to stick together and keep calm internally with the team and think about our strength that we have, without a doubt. Thomas Müller said after the game, that he was just one of 6 players who were talking to the fans after the game. Can you relate to that? And was that something that was talked about? Yes, Thomas was talking about it in the locker room after the game, and he did it rightfully so, because he knows the club better than anybody else, and he knows what it means. And he understood that it was not because of hard feelings towards our fans. We love our support, and I can promise to every single fan that was traveling to the game, it was just that utter disappointment that we have to be kicked out of the cup in the 96th minute. I can only repeat that we wanted to go to Berlin, and that was our goal. And I myself was also going to the locker room as quickly as possible in my first disappointment. And I'm just hoping that no fan actually feels aggrieved about it, because it was a matter of disappointment, and the players just were not able to go to the fans and do what they usually do and what they like to be doing, because we are really thankful for the support at away games. Thank you very much, Coach. See you tomorrow at Dortmund. Bye-bye.